Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 716th Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. The first thing I'd like to do is wish you all a happy new year, and we hope that 2023 is even better to you than 2022. Okay, for the first battle of 2023, I wanted to try and select an intense, exciting, memorable battle, as I say, for the first battle that we've put on here for 2023. And I hope I've got that with this particular battle. This is a very exciting battle with lots going on all over the place all the time. So I hope you enjoy it. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member Aurelius. Now Aurelius has got 12 infantry, 2 archers, 5 cavalry and a peasant unit. Okay, have a quick look at the upgrades on his infantry there, and you'll see that he's got 7 upgrades, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack on most of his units. Okay, the other thing I wanted to show you here is that Aurelius has got an eagle unit, okay, plus he's got his infantry general as well. So there's a lot of morale going on here, and this is very, very relevant for later on in the battle. Okay, he's got 7 upgrades on his infantry, so he's got an experience stripe on most of his infantry. He's got this peasant unit as well, but he's got an experience stripe on his infantry. He's got an eagle unit and his infantry general, giving a lot of morale to his infantry. And as I say, that would be very relevant later on in the battle. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry, and he's just got gold shield, gold attack and an experience stripe on his cavalry there. So as I say, that eagle unit and that infantry general and the experience stripe on his infantry will be very relevant later on in the battle, as you will see. Okay, our next teammate is Brotherhood member TR. Now TR has got 9 legionnaires, 3 pikes, 2 archers and 6 cavalry. Okay, so he's got 9 silver shield legionnaires. Unusual to see that many in the Seleucid army, you may think there. And if you notice, he's got gold shield, gold attack on his silver shield legionnaires. Now these guys look a little bit like urban cohorts, but of course their specifications are nowhere near as good as urban cohorts, but they can throw pilers and are pretty useful infantry. And there's his pikes there. He's just got gold shield, gold attack on his pikes as well as his infantry there. The enemy have got to fight all the way down those long pikes to kill the man on the other end, as we've seen on lots of other battle videos. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry, and yes, he's got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his cataphracts. Remember, we call these guys the tanks of the ancient world because they're armoured from head to toe, and used correctly they can be battle winning troops there. Okay, so that is TR's faction of choice. I noticed TR brings Seleucid nearly all the time there, so it's faction of choice, and he's got very good with them. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member Man 2. Now Man 2's got 10 infantry, 5 archers and 5 cavalry. Okay, 10 infantry, 5 archers, 5 cavalry. Okay, if you have a look at the upgrades on his infantry, you'll see that all his infantry have got 7 upgrades on an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. Okay, so he's got good upgrades on his infantry, and if you notice here, you'll see that he has also got an eagle unit. Okay, so he's got an eagle unit for extra morale and his infantry general for morale as well. So as I say, with the eagle unit and his infantry general, plus all his units have got an experience stripe on, there's going to be a very tough lot of infantry to beat. And as I say, this could be very relevant also later on in the battle, that he's got all that morale there. Have a quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry. He's just got 7 upgrades and experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. So as I say, the eagle unit, the general unit there, plus the experience stripe is going to be very, very useful later on in the battle. Our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, who's unusually bought the Carthage faction. Now I've got 15 Sacred Band Spearmen, 2 slingers and 3 cavalry. If you have a look at the upgrades on my Sacred Band Spearmen, you'll see that some of my spearmen have got 7 upgrades on, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack, and others have got 2 stripes on, gold shield, gold attack. Most of my infantry have actually got the 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on them. And if you have a quick look at my cavalry, just need to explain something here. You'll see that I've only got 3 upgrades on, and that's gold attack. I use this cavalry just for like what I call my sniping units. I like to get in behind the enemy troops and attack their archers, or smash into the rear of tired, engaged enemy troops. But they're not geared up for fighting head on. You know, as you can see, they've only got gold attack on, so they're not like what I call front-line fighting troops. They're not going to take on units head on, but I like to take them around the rear of enemy troops, and as I say, smash into archers or hit into the rear of tired, engaged enemy troops. So there's our team, quite diverse. You've got Aurelius with Rome. We've got TR with the Seleucids. We've got Man2 with Rome, and myself with Carthage. This is a cracking opening battle for 2023, and I really hope you enjoy it. And here is the other team. We have brother member Steve Longshanks. Now Steve has just got 12 infantry and 6 cavalry. Quick look at the upgrades on his infantry there. Now you'll notice his 2 forward pilot shield units have got no upgrades. Okay, if you look there, you'll see they've got absolutely no upgrades at all on his 2 pilot shield units at the front of his main battle formation. If you look back at the rest of his infantry there, you'll see the rest of his infantry have got 7 upgrades on, and experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. Okay, so all those units at the back there, what's that, 8 units there? I've got, no, 10 units there. I've got an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack, but his 2 forward units have got no upgrades at all. Quick look at his cavalry there. And he's got 7 upgrades on, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. So I think that's a pretty good solid Roman army there. And their next teammate is Brotherhood member Barclayman. Now Barclayman has got 10 infantry, 5 archers and 5 cavalry. Okay, if you have a look at his infantry, you'll find that his infantry have all got an experience stripe on, gold shield, gold attack. I know for years and years I've been talking about putting experience stripes on your infantry, and it really does make a difference during the course of the battle. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry, and he's got 7 upgrades, and experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry there. So that's a pretty good army there of Barclayman, and of course he's got his 5 archers there, so he's going to bring a lot of firepower to this battle as well. Okay, so that's a pretty good army of Barclayman's there, and be interested to see how well he does with it. Okay, the next teammate is Brotherhood member Pompey. Now Pompey's got 14 pikes, 3 archers and 3 cavalry. Okay, a quick look at the upgrades on his battle formation troops here. You'll see his forward units have just got gold shield, gold attack on. Okay, if you move back further into his battle formation, his next line has just got gold shield, gold attack on as well. But if you move further back into his battle formation, you'll see he's got 7 upgrades, and experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack on his 3rd line in his battle formation. But his final line, count the upgrades there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, fully upgraded. So the rear line of his battle formation are fully upgraded pikemen there. Okay, 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. So he's certainly got staggered upgrades through his battle formation. And my guess is he's only going to have, just gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry, because of course he spent most of his money on his pikes. Now we know that Pomp is one of the most aggressive attacking players on Rome Total War. So it'll be interesting to see how he uses Macedon. Be interesting to see if he carries on being aggressive and attacking with the Macedon faction instead of his usual Rome faction. Okay, and their last teammate is a host of this battle, Brotherhood member Crypto. Now Crypto's got 9 infantry, 5 archers and 6 cavalry. Okay, quick look at the upgrades on his infantry. You'll see he's got gold shield, gold attack on his infantry, which tells me he's probably well upgraded his cavalry there. And there you are, he's got 5 archers there for some good firepower he's bringing to the battlefield. And yes, he's got 8 upgrades on his cavalry, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry there. So that's a tried and tested Crypto army. So there's the enemy team there. I think it's going to be quite tough. You've got Steve Longshanks with his Roman army. You've got Barclayman with Rome. You've got Pompey with Macedon, and Crypto with Rome. As I say, I hope it's going to be a cracking battle for our first battle on 2023. At this stage of the battle, I thought we'd have a look at TR's battle formation here. This is Seleucid is TR's faction of choice. Can you see that he's got a levy spear unit, pike unit there in front of his main battle formation? Then he's got his silver shield legionnaires just behind that, and then of course he's got his cataphract cavalry at the rear of his battle formation there. The cataphracts, of course, really good cavalry. So I just thought it was interesting for you to have a look at TR's Seleucid battle formation there. He's been persevering with Seleucid for a long time now, and I think that he's got very, very good with it, and he's got a good battle formation as well. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle, as we thought here, Pompey, being his usual aggressive attacking self, is leading the charge of his team, starting to advance his Macedonians towards our team there. Okay, so just give you a heads up on this. I've bought this very old Carthaginian army and battle formation here to take on the Macedonians. Remember that Carthage punches above its weight when it comes to the big 121-man factions. Okay, so that's what, make no mistake here, this Carthage army I've bought specifically to take on the Macedonians. Okay, so you'll see that I'll be shadowing the Macedonians there. Now Pompey will know I've bought this army to actually match his Macedonians there, and he may well fancy a match-up against my Carthaginians there with that big Macedonian army with those fantastic upgrades he's got. So I think it'll be an interesting tussle if we do lock horns during the course of this battle. Okay, but as I say, you can see the enemy team slowly and gradually moving towards us, but as usual, Pompey leading the charge for his team. As we know, very aggressive, very attacking. You can see Aurelius here has put out his peasant unit there, probably hoping to attract expensive enemy arrows being fired at him there. That's probably why he's put that peasant unit so far out in front of his main battle formation. But as you can see there, the enemy team are slowly and gradually moving towards us here. And remember, this map is the sloping map. Looking at it from here, you'll see the higher part of the slope is on the left side and the lower part is on the right side there, okay? So as I say, this is a sloping map that Crypto hosts on, and it's only a slight slope, but if you can get onto the higher ground, it does give you a little bit of advantage there. But as I say, you can see the enemy troops slowly and gradually moving towards us here. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle here, you'll see Man 2 is in an archer battle with the enemy archers there. I think of Pompey and Crypto. There you can see a slight archer battle there. As we move on down the battlefield there, as we saw earlier, Pompey here leading the charge of his team, as he so often does, but this time using Macedon instead of his usual Rome faction there. As we know, Pompey's faction of choice is usually Rome Brutii, so I say unusual him bringing Macedon, so it'll be interesting to see how he uses that during the course of the battle. But as I say, my Carthage army here is specifically bought here to try and counter the Macedonian, the long pikes of Macedon there. So as I say, with the upgrades he's got on his Macedonians, it should be an interesting tussle if we lock horns. If you notice here, can you see that Steve and Crypto have kind of linked up with their armies there, almost integrated with each other? And I say, Steve usually likes to have a battle plan when he advances, and as you can see, both Crypto and himself are moving towards Aurelius's Julii units and the Seleucid units of TR. You've got Barclayman here. He's got a lot of cavalry support there over on that flank, if you notice. So maybe Man 2 might be the target. But as we know, when Steve is in a team, he always likes to have a battle plan. So my guess is the way that they've advanced forward here, they've settled on a battle plan, and it'll be interesting to see how that's going to work out. Here you can see a couple of Crypto's archers he's brought forward there to target possibly the Seleucid pikemen. But I thought this was quite a good move here. You can see that Aurelius is going to charge his peasant unit into one of those archer units there. You can see him running forward there. He's going to charge into that archer unit and bang as he bashes in there with that peasant unit. As I say, very unusual to see peasants on the 31k battlefield, but Aurelius usually brings one unit of them. They are quite useful for soaking up enemy missiles as well. Over here on our left flank, you'll see that Crypto's using his cavalry unit there, trying to take out our archers. But you can see that TR, being a good teammate that he is, has bought one of his cavalry units there to chase Crypto's cavalry unit off there. And you'll notice that Crypto lost some of his cavalry there from archer fire. But here you can see one of Crypto's archers has been routed, and the other one there that was attacked by the peasant unit has suffered a lot of casualties. But you can see Aurelius going to pull that peasant unit back because he can see two enemy cavalry units moving in on him there. So that's a good tactical withdrawal there by Aurelius. You can see that Macedonian cavalry unit is going to catch him, and bang, just smashed into the rear of him there, caused him some casualties, but Aurelius by and large has managed to pull that peasant unit back away from too much damage there. But as I say, you can see Steve moving forward there with Crypto. And as I say, it wouldn't surprise me if their team's got a solid battle plan that they're going to try and stick to. Over here you'll see, as I say, there seems to be a lot of cavalry on this flank, so it wouldn't surprise me if maybe they're thinking of attacking a man 2 on this left flank. But as you can see, TR's brought his cataphracts over onto this flank as well, supporting man 2. So whether the enemy team may change their plan there, because it looked to me at one stage like this was the target, but they may well now start to shift to another target now. Say here you can see Steve moving forward. As I say, Steve doesn't attack like that unless there's a battle plan there. Those of you that fought with him or against him know that he doesn't just attack randomly. There must be a battle plan here. And as I say, him moving forward like that, attacking Aurelius's Julia army, there must be a plan. So I'm guessing that he wants to pin and hold Aurelius. Right now here you can see Pompey moving his Macedonian army forward here. As I say, and then you can see Crypto moving forward as well. So yeah, definitely there is a battle plan going on here, but we're going to try and work out what that battle plan is to try and counter it. As I say, you can see Pompey bringing his Macedonians round this flank here. Very aggressive as usual. Let's just pause the game for a second here. So there's Pompey's Macedonians there. Now he knows I want to take him on with my Carthage Sacred Band, so he may well fancy locking horns with my Carthaginians there. Over here in the centre, as I say, Crypto and Steve have kind of integrated their army as they move forward. So as I say, maybe the battle plan here is to attack in the centre. Over here, say you've got Barclayman's infantry and cavalry of Cryptos over here on this flank. So I thought initially they were going to look to hit man 2, but maybe when they saw TR's cataphracts being brought to that flank, they've decided to change the battle plan, and they may well be looking to try and smash through our centre. They may well look at the Seleucids as a weaker faction there and may try and smash through there. But to be honest with you, I'm not sure what their battle plan is at this stage of the battle. Okay. But as I say here, the Macedonian general here, Pompey's brought those pike units over there. He knows that I'll want to take on his pike units, and I think he looks like he'd like to take on my Carthaginians with his pike units there. Here you can see him using his cavalry very well there and trying to chase down my slingers, so I'm going to bring my cavalry across there to try and put him off that idea. Okay, let's pause the game for a second here. So, as I say, here you can see Aurelius is moving forward towards Steve now. So Aurelius is kind of attacking Steve there. But the Macedonians are coming around Aurelius's flank there. As you can see, they could well do that there. And you can see TR's Seleucid units there. He may well move them towards Crypto's infantry there. But there's a lot of enemy cavalry at the rear there, looking like it's locked and loaded, ready to attack. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to try and draw the Macedonian army away from his Roman allies there. Can you see how I'm pulling my army over here to try and attract the Macedonian army away from his Roman allies? Okay, now the reason I'm doing that, okay, is because I don't want him to be so close to his Roman allies that his allies can bring Roman units over that can throw pilers into my units there. Okay, so you can see I'm trying to move him away from his Roman allies. If I fought him where he is there, then his Roman allies could bring units over where they could throw pilers into me and attack me. Remember, Carthage doesn't do that good against Rome. So what I'm trying to do is pull Pompey's army away from his Roman allies. That's what I'm going to try and do. But this is the beginning of a massive tactical mistake by myself. Now, veterans watching this, you may well start to see the mistake I'm making now. Okay, but as I say, I think Pompey really wants to fight my Carthaginians. He's so aggressive, so attacking. So, as I say, I want to pull him away from his Roman allies, and then maybe we could have like a battle over here on this right flank. Okay, so you can see I'm moving my Carthaginians more and more over to the right. Right, can you see the massive tactical mistake that I'm making here? And newer players to Rome Total War, you may not see it, but veterans probably can see this straight away. Look how far I've pulled my Carthage army over here, hoping to attract, Okay, you can see how far I've pulled right over to this right flank, hoping to attract the Macedonian army to come over here, and so that we can have a fight over on this right flank. Okay, so I'm trying to attract the Macedonians over here. Pompey is very aggressive, very attacking, so I want to play on that. I'm hoping that by offering my Carthaginians there, he will come over to attack them. Okay, so that's the tactical thinking on my part here, but I've missed a massive part of what could happen on the battlefield here. Okay, so you can see I've moved all the way over here. Now, if you look at the battlefield, can you see the mistake that I've made that could cause our team to lose the battle? Okay, if you look up the battle line there, have a think about this. I've moved all the way over here, trying to attract the Macedonians. Can you see a massive tactical mistake that I've made? Okay, so imagine that Pompey doesn't want to go down there and fight my Carthaginians. Imagine if he just turns his army here, okay, like that, facing my Carthaginians as a blocking force, where he could then, there, see, he could move across there, his army, facing my army as a blocking force, and then bring his Macedonians into the flank of Aurelius. Can you see what I mean there? Can you see the massive tactical blunder that I've done by going right over there? I've now opened the flank up of Aurelius to the Macedonian attack. And look at the enemy cavalry locked and loaded here, ready to charge in to Aurelius' Julio army. You can see Steve's army attacking Aurelius, pinning and holding him there with all that cavalry ready to charge him. Okay, so as you can see, I've made a massive tactical mistake there. If Pompey does what I think he's going to do, then me pulling all the way over here has left Aurelius there, like kind of hanging out, and he could well get hit from the flank and the front there. Now watch this for a great tactical move here by Pompey. I think this is a really good tactical move. Can you see how he's refusing to come down and actually have a fight with my Carthaginians, but what he's going to do is take advantage of my poor movement there. Okay, so let's just pause the game for a second here. So as I said here, he's going to move his army across here as a blocking force to my Carthaginians, where he can then start sending his Macedonian pikemen into the flank of Aurelius there. Okay, also here you'll see, as I say, the enemy cavalry locked and loaded. Now you've got Crypto moving his cavalry around here so that he can charge in at an angle into Aurelius' troops, into the flank there of Aurelius there, while the Steve's cavalry and the other cavalry there can charge straight into the front of Aurelius' infantry there. So me moving over there trying to attract a battle with the Macedonians could cost us the game there, because Aurelius could get smashed and crashed and routed here in our centre. Look at the enemy cavalry coming in. Look at Crypto's cavalry coming in there, and bang, as it smashes in. Now the enemy Macedonian cavalry, look, and bang, as that smashes in. Now Steve's SBQR cavalry going in there as well, look, and bang, as that smashes in as well. Oh my gosh. Now, do you remember we looked at Aurelius' army? He's got experienced stripes on all his infantry, plus he's got an eagle unit and a general unit there, giving good morale to his infantry. I'm pretty sure if that was just a gold shield, gold attack army, it would have mass routed by now. Okay, can you see here that Pompey has set his infantry up because he was expecting myself to attack him head on here, look. Can you see how he set his infantry up? But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to move round his flank. I'm not going to attack him head on as he was expecting. What I'm going to try and do is take my spearmen from there and go in this direction, trying to help Aurelius as much as I can there, to concentrate on those Macedonians there. Okay, so that's what I'm going to try and do. Try and get up there to attack the Macedonians. But this is great support by TR. Watch him sending his cataphracts in there, try and take some pressure off of Aurelius there, like bang, as that cavalry goes in there. You can see a great support there by TR. Right, you can see that I've managed to get my Carthaginians up here now. But have I arrived in time, or am I too late there? Oh, that's good news for us. We've managed to kill the enemy SBQ cavalry general there. Right, let's pause the game for a second. So this is great support here by TR, sending his cataphracts in there. Aurelius has held really well. You saw the cavalry hits he was taking, as well as he was engaging the enemy SBQ infantry, so he's done well there. Over on our left flank here, you'll see that Barclayman is attacking Man 2 here on our left flank. So obviously this was part of the battle flat plan as well here. And you can see Barclayman's cavalry at the back. And here you'll see Crypto's infantry fully intact, basically fully intact units, just sat there at the moment. Now whether he's going to attack the Seleucids here with those units, I guess we'll have to see, or whether he's going to attack Man 2's Bruttii army, or maybe send some units over to attack Aurelius. We'll just have to wait and see there. as the battle plays out. But as I say, I'm trying to recover here with my Carthage army from the big tactical mistake I made that could have cost our team the battle. Okay, so you can see now I'm really going to attack the Macedonians now with my Carthage Sacred Band units. Really going to push into them there. As you can see, really pushing into those Macedonian units there. Be very aggressive now with my Carthage army. But I say, Aurelius's Julii units still holding, look, after those massive cavalry crashes there. There's another SBQR cavalry hit coming in on him there, and bang! I reckon they were going for his general there, look. Look at that massive cavalry hit there. Definitely went for his general, but his general held. Right, okay, so, pause the game here. It looks like they're going to change direction of attack now. Can you see how Crypto's army has moved from there, from stopping attacking Aurelius, to attacking on our left flank against Man 2? You can see that the Macedonian general has also taken his cavalry up to attack Man 2 up on our left flank. Now you've got Barclayman's cavalry here. Maybe he's going to attack at the same time with his cavalry units there. That would be a good hit if he does that. Also, he's taking cavalry units further around the flank of Mantua to smash into Mantua from that flank as well. So it looks to me like they've changed their battle direction here, and instead of attacking the centre, they may well go for our right flank. But you've got a Mantu's cavalry locked and loaded. Remember, this is the higher part of the slope of this map as well, so he'll have a bit of a down slope advantage there if he attacks. But over here on our right flank, you'll see that I'm really pushing in with my Carthaginians there against those Macedonians. Okay, so this is a real tussle here between the long pikes of Macedon against the short spears of Carthage, but we know Carthage punches above its weight. Now you can see that Pompey is taking his cavalry up there to attack our ally on the left flank. Now I've spotted that. Okay, so what I'm going to do, there's no cavalry support here, so with my cavalry I'm going to do what I wanted to do, and that's take out the archers there as quickly as I can with my cavalry. Now Pompey may spot that and bring his cavalry back to try and neutralise me from doing that, but I did notice his cavalry was heading up on the other flank, so that's why I want to take advantage of that. Look at Aurelius's Julii cavalry charging in the centre there. That was a good hit. Over here on our left flank, as I say, Mantu's taking a lot of hits here. Cavalry smashing into him as well, but he's still holding very well. Remember, he's got good upgrades on his infantry as well. Okay, so over here, as we thought, Pompey spotted my cavalry attacking his archers, and he's brought his cavalry back from the other flank. Remember, he was going to hit Man 2, and he's now chasing my cavalry. So I'm now going to take my cavalry away. Remember what I said earlier, my cavalry is not geared up to fight units head on. It's only got gold attack on, so I'm going to take my cavalry away from those Macedonians there and wait for another target to present itself. Right, as I say, here you can see my Carthaginians really pushing into the Macedonians. Aurelius is still holding her. He's still got his cavalry that he's counter-attacking in the centre there. So he's done really well. But as I say, look at Crypto's units there. He hasn't used them yet. But whether he's going to attack the Seleucids there or not, I'm not sure. And you can see, as I say, Barclayman here moving up towards Man 2 on our left flank. So it's a real tussle here, and there's lots going on all over the battlefield. Right, there's that SBQR cavalry going in like a bang as he smashes into Man 2's Brutii troops there. And there you can see TR attacking again with his cavalry. TR has been using his cataphracts all over the place there. And here comes Man 2's cavalry here. He's charging into the fray now. Look, bang as he smashes in there. Great cavalry hit there by Man 2 there. But now you can see Barclayman charging his Scipii cavalry in like a bang as he charges in as well. This left flank could prove pivotal to the outcome of the battle now. You can see TR charging more of his cataphracts in there as well. You can see the SBQR cavalry charging in as well. This is a massive cavalry and infantry battle here on our left flank. You can see the enemy are really out to break us here, but you can see that TR is supporting all over the place with his cavalry. You can see here that it looks like Crypto's either going to attack the Seleucid infantry there, or TR is going to attack him. Meanwhile, over on our right flank, as you can see here, my Carthaginians are making inroads into the Macedonians. I've started to rout some of the Macedonian units there. I've got some support by Aurelius's Julii cavalry coming in there and hitting into the rear of that Macedonian unit. But you can see here that my Carthage units are really making inroads into the Macedonians there. Okay, so you can see that there. There's a nice hit there by Aurelius's cavalry, but here you can see that Pompey is bringing his companion cavalry there against Aurelius's tired and battle-damaged cavalry. It wouldn't surprise me if the Macedonian cavalry here, the companion cavalry, actually beat the Julio cavalry here, and there you are. They've chased down most of that Julio cavalry of Aurelius has been taken out. But as I say here, you can see my Carthaginians there moving forward all the time into the Macedonians. Right, let's pause the game for a second here. Good news for us. We've managed to rout Crypto's general unit there. I think his general was killed earlier though, if I remember correctly. But we've managed to rout that unit. Here you'll see that Barclayman's archer units there have been shooting loads and loads of arrows into the enemy troops there. And so you can see several of the enemy SBQR troops starting to rout. I think Mantu's done really well to hold on this left flank, of course being helped by TR's infantry and cavalry. As I say, you got TR's got his infantry there, his Silver Shield Legionnaires, plus his cataphracts there attacking. I would just like to draw your attention here. Can you see that Mantu has kept his Eagle unit out of the fray, but he's kept them close enough to still be giving morale to his troops there. That's a nice move there, keeping his Eagle unit actually out of the fighting, but keeping him close there to give morale, not just to his own troops, but to the Seleucid troops that's fighting with him as well. Okay, so that's a good move there, keeping his morale-giving unit out of the fray there, but close enough to be giving them morale. Oh, here you can see TR has attacked with his Silver Shield Legionnaires against the urban cohorts of Crypto there. So that's a nice aggressive move there. And over here, as I say, Aurelius is still holding his position there with help from his Seleucid ally there, but he's still holding there. But if you notice here, can you see that also what Aurelius has done? He's kept his Eagle unit out of the fray, but kept it close enough to be giving morale to his troops. Remember, morale on Rome Total War is really, really important. And if you've got good morale-giving units there, then that's going to keep your troops fighting longer. So that's a really good move there by Aurelius. Okay, over here on our right flank, you'll see that Pompey's using his cavalry there to chase down our archers and missile troops. Okay, so that's what his cavalry is doing there. But you can see a lot of the Macedonian units have been routed now by my Carthaginian units. Okay, you can see there, you might be able to see my cavalry coming in behind the enemy team there. Looks like we've just killed the Scipio general there, and bang, there's one of my cavalry units charges in there into the back of that Macedonian unit. So as I say, I've got my cavalry in behind the enemy team, which is what I wanted to do. But as I say, you can still see there's Macedonian units and SBQR units pushing in on Aurelius there. Can't believe he's still holding after all that time. But it was the good upgrades and the morale-giving units that's keeping him fighting there. As I say here, you can see the Seleucid units, those Silver Shield Legionnaires attacking. Plus, he's brought some units over here to help Mantu. So, but you can see Barclayman really attacking there with his infantry. And remember, Barclayman's got all those archers there shooting into Mantu as well. So, there's been a lot going on this right flank there. As I say, a lot of firepower there with Barclayman's archers there shooting into the enemy team. But as I say, I think Mantu's held really well on the left flank. But great support here by TR attacking the enemy Scipio troops there with some of his legionnaires there. So as I say, our left flank has held well. As I say, once again, great move there by Mantu, keeping his Eagle unit out of the fray, but close enough to be giving morale to his fighting troops. Okay, so over here, as I say, you can see my Carthaginians have routed a heck of a lot of those Macedonian units there. And as you can see, I've got my cavalry units, as I wanted them, in behind the enemy troops there to use on either attacking their archers or to smash in behind them there into tired, engaged troops there. Anyway, you can see Pompey moving some of his Macedonian pikemen down to engage my Carthaginians there once again. Can you see there Pompey being very aggressive with his Macedonians there? Right, now you'll see here a tactical move by the enemy team. Steve is now disengaged from Aurelius. Can you see that? He's now pulled away from Aurelius, he's disengaged, and he's now moving over to our left flank to attack Mantu. Okay, so that's obviously what the team plan has changed now. He's going to try and do that here. Charging up there, you can see that's where they've got most of their troops now, trying to break Mantu on our left flank. Okay, but as I say, Mantu's holding very well with great support from TR. There's some battle damaged cavalry of Mantu's charging in like a bang as he charges in there. But you can see here that Steve's SBQR troops are moving up here. Remember, Steve's got good upgrades on his infantry as well. He's got an experience stripe, I think, on most of his infantry there, as he's bringing them up here to attack as I say, our Seleucid allies, legionnaires there, and Mantu's Brutii troops there. So they're going to try and break us on that left flank here. But now Aurelius and some of the Seleucid units are holding the centre. Look, now they're moving over to our left flank as well. Now you've got Pompey's got his cavalry in behind us here. So he's usually quite good with cavalry, and it'd be interesting to see what targets he's going to pick there. Those cavalry hits in behind us there could well be a problem. But if you notice here, TR noticed that Pompey's got cavalry up behind us and changed one of his units' directions there, look, with his pikes, to neutralise that cavalry if it tries coming in behind him. And as I say, you can see TR taking some more of his infantry over to that left flank. His 2 pike units there to try and help Mantu. But you can see a lot of enemy SBQR troops, and you've got enemy Scipii troops there fighting our Seleucid ally and our Brutii ally there on that left flank. Okay, over here you'll see my cavalry smashing into the rear of that Macedonian unit like a bang as it smashes in there. That was a hammer and anvil attack, my infantry being the anvil and of course my cavalry being the hammer there. Okay, so we've now taken out that Macedonian unit, those 2 Macedonian units there. So now I'm going to up spears and run my Sacred Band Spearmen up to the left flank there to try and help out over on this left flank. Okay, as I say, I think Mantu's done incredibly well with support from TR to hold here. Right, you can see Pompey charging his companion cavalry there, like, and bang as he charges in there. Make no mistake, Pompey will be picking out tactical hits there with his cavalry. But here you can see a lot of TR units are starting to rout now. Our Seleucid ally is starting to lose a lot of his infantry. You can see Mantu's lost another infantry unit there. Don't forget the enemy are the SBQR, the Scipii and Macedon there. Okay, now here you can see Aurelius bringing some of his battle damaged units up. You can see my Carthaginians there are moving up as well to attack the enemy troops here. And this is a nice sandwich attack here. You'll see with the Seleucid general with his pike units in a second. You'll see them moving in on the SBQR units. Right, you can see our relief units have just reached over to this left flank, attacking those SBQR units there. You see that cavalry of TR is charging as well. So you can see my Carthaginians have just got there. But here I thought was a nice move here by TR, slowly moving his pike units in a squeeze, a vice attack. That you see coming in from both directions of the long pikes of the pikemen going in from this one direction. He's also got his Silver Shield Legionnaires in there as well, pressing in on these SBQR units, and then another pike unit coming in from the other side. A real vice attack there on those SBQR units. Controlled, slow, but very effective attack there by TR. So nice use of Seleucids there. And as I say, over there you can see that we're gradually attacking those SBQR units. My Carthaginians, as I say, have just arrived over there, and some of Aurelius's battle damage units are there as well. There's another hit from Pompey's cavalry coming in behind. Look, bang, as he charges in there. He's just routed, I think, is Aurelius's general. Yeah, that was a nice, make no mistake, that was a targeted hit there by the cavalry there, trying to take out Pompey's cavalry there, trying to take out Aurelius' general, which is done. You can see though that Barclayman's general has been routed there, so that's good news for us. So we've lost a general unit, they've lost a general unit. As I say, Mantu's still got some of his units left there, as you can see. His general unit still alive, still giving morale bonus to his team there, to his troops there. So as I say, a real tussle battle going on here on the left flank. You can see Steve Longshanks, his general's still alive there, and Steve's still got some of his SBQR troops left. But as I say, you can see us pressing in gradually onto those SBQR troops. As I say, Pompey's still got a couple of his battle damaged companion cavalry units left there. But with the pike and spear units that we've got left, it's going to be difficult for him to be able to use that cavalry as effectively as if we were kind of, if we were just Rome. Then it'd be easier for him to use his cavalry units there. But against pike and spears, it's obviously a bit more difficult for him there. Let's pause the game for a second here. So you won't believe it, Aurelius' peasant unit is still alive. Still alive after this massive battle. His peasant unit's still going. I mean, I just thought that was really surprising here. They've just been hit by that cavalry unit of Pompey there. You can see some of the peasants been thrown up into the air, but they're still there, still fighting. So well done to the peasants there, still doing well. This is a nice hit into the rear. Bang! As he charges in to those Seleucid infantry there with that unit. But as I say, you can see us closing in on those last SBQR infantry units there of Steve's. You can see us closing in there, really pushing in there. And you can see we got infantry in behind them as well. There's a cavalry attack coming in there, and bang, as he charges in there. And we just routed, I think it's Steve's general there. There's Pompey charging that last companion cavalry unit in there, like a bang as he charges in there. But just been routed there. And over here I think there's just one more SBQR unit left there of Cryptos, and he's being attacked there, and you can see there got cavalry and infantry in on those on that unit there. You can see my Carthaginians running over here to try and help take out that last SBQR unit. And it looks like our team has managed to to go on to win the battle there. So just say really well done to both teams there. I think it's just Steve's got his general unit left. He usually fights down to the last man, but as you can see here on the battlefield here, you see, remember on the right flank there where my Carthaginians were taking on the Macedonians there after that massive tactical mistake of mine. I managed to hopefully make up for that a little bit by taking out a lot of the Macedonians there. As we move up the battle line there, you can see there, you can see how concentrated the dead are here. So it just goes to show how intense the fighting was at this part of the battlefield. I think this is where Aurelius was being smashed and crashed by the enemy team plan there, but he still managed to hold. And then as we move up onto the left flank here and left centre, you can see this is where Man 2 was holding so well with support from TR Seleucids there. So it's great support there. But also don't forget, like we talked about before, having an experienced stripe on your infantry, having morale giving units like your Eagle units, as well as having your infantry general units, really help in holding in certain parts of the battlefield there, as I'm sure that you could see there. If we have a look at Man 2's troops he's got left, like he's got some very battle damaged archers left. Over here he's got just some couple of infantry units left, all very battle depleted, as you can see. So he did it, as I say, extremely well, holding on that left flank with support from TR. Look at Aurelius. I think he's got 3 extremely battle damaged infantry units left there, or he might have some more. I can see some more Julia units there. Yeah, you got some more units over there, but as you can see, they're all extremely battle depleted, battle damaged there. So because he held so well in that left, in that right centre position there, where he was getting hit by the enemy cavalry and infantry there. So as I say, I think there's just one unit left of the enemy there, and I think that's Steve. There you are, just his general unit left there. And he's as I say, he usually fights down to the last man. So let's go on to double speed there if we can. There we go. And just wait for Steve's unit there, last unit, enemy unit in the game. There you are, and that's just been routed. So let's say, looks like our team's managed to go on to win the battle there. So the first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game. We thought everybody played really well there. Except maybe me with that mistake I made, but I thought everybody else played well. You can see it was an average victory. I thought, looking at the troops that we had left, it would have been close, so it must have just edged up there. Highest kills in the game goes to Brotherhood member Crypto, 1,670 kills. So really well done for him, and unusual to have the highest kills in the losing team. So it just goes to show how close the battle was, really. And as I say, I was very surprised it was average. So well done to Crypto there, getting some good high kills there. Well done to Pompey. I thought he did well there. Good tactical moves there by him. I noticed he was using his cavalry all over the place as well, so he did well. Well done to Barkley, man. Maybe didn't get the kills that he wanted to there, but he was quite aggressive on that left flank, attacking man too. And well done to Steve. Possibly didn't get the kills that he wanted to either, but he was quite aggressive as well in the battlefield. So really well played, guys. My old Carthage army in battle formation, nearly 1,600 kills. Yeah, not bad. I'm quite pleased with that. I thought the Carthage army did well, so that was okay. Well done to man too. Now, bearing in mind he was defensive and holding that left flank of ours as well as he did, I think he got some really good kills there. So well done to man too. I thought he held really well. Well done to TR. Got some good kills with his Seleucids. Did you notice how he was supporting all over the battlefield with his Seleucid? Great team player there. So well done to TR. And well done to Aurelius. Got some great kills there. Bearing in mind he was being smashed and crashed by the enemy there. You saw the massive impacts he was taking. Look at the kills he got. I thought he played really well to get that many kills, and he held so well that position. So really well done. As I say, bearing in mind that I made that tactical mistake there, I think Aurelius did really well there. So well done to him. And it was quite a diverse battle, I suppose, from our team's point of view, with Carthage, Rome, Seleucid, Rome. And of course the enemy team had Rome, Macedon, Rome and Rome. Do you think either team had a faction advantage there, or do you think it was pretty even? It's a pretty good battle. I hope you enjoyed this first battle of 2023. If you did, please leave us a comment or a thumbs up. It's always nice to see what you think of our battles, and I will look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.